Hey everyone, it's Victor here, and today I'm going to be tasting and reviewing some more teas. I did this a little while ago with my tea tasting ASMR video, and since then I was contacted by a brand called CottonTailedAlchemist, who are an independent tea company who has just started out, and they asked me if I would be willing to review and taste these teas almost as if I'm on their tea PR list. I've got these teas before anyone else has, and I feel kind of special actually. Kind of enjoy it. I just wanted to make clear as well, this is not a paid sponsorship. Cotton-Tailed Alchemist has simply sent me these teas to review, honestly, as a kind of first taste, first look at their teas. I haven't been paid for this, just to make that clear in case it wasn't. I always like to make these things clear. This video is not really intended to be an ASMR video, but I'm using my good mic. It may end up just becoming one because that tends to happen. I am so excited because the names alone and the packaging gets me excited. I absolutely love it. I love the whole aesthetic of this creator. The first tea that I will be trying today is Vampire Extract, and it says on the label, extract obtained via the reduction of vampire remains. Each tea is placed in this gorgeous, very alchemist-esque, which is the whole vibe and aesthetic of this brand, vials here. And the blend of this tea is cream Earl Grey, which I've had before on its own. A cream Earl Grey, I absolutely love cream Earl Grey. Blood orange and vanilla. Again, blood orange is one of my favourite flavours. Not to be one of those people obsessed with vampires. I know it's just got blood in the name. It's nothing really to do with blood. But blood orange is one of my favourite flavours. I absolutely love it. So I'm very excited about that. This combination sounds wonderful and I'm so excited to try this. On to the next tea. We have Mandrake sample. Extract obtained during expedition. Some Roman numerals. I will need to look those up because I'm a little bit useless with Roman numerals. Sorry about that. Location, the Endless Woods. Take precaution if sound begins to be emitted. And I haven't heard anything yet, so I think we'll be alright. I'm not sure what precautions we're meant to take. They didn't really specify that, which may be quite dangerous. We'll have to see. And this tea is a Japanese sencha with goji berry and rose. I absolutely love rose-based teas and floral teas. They're one of my favorites. I know some people that don't like the floral taste of some teas. They find it too perfumed, and I completely understand that. But personally, I love them. So again, very, very exciting. So that is Mandrake sample. And last, but certainly not least, we have Unknown, which on name alone is very mysterious, very intriguing. And on the label, it says, Remnants of Philosopher's Stone, attempt number 136.2. Unstable, stabilize with lemon. This tea is a blue pea matcha with lavender and blueberry. Again, all flavors and scents that I adore. I love the smell of lavender. And the color of this one is such a beautiful purple. You can see the purple really clearly. Now, another thing I love about these teas is they're all wax sealed at the top, and they have the gorgeous white rabbit on the top there. Again, Cotton-Tailed Alchemist, I'm sure that comes into it. I'm not sure if they intended a Wonderland theme, but that's kind of what I'm picking up on, and I really appreciate that. So they're all wax sealed at the top. Here we are. We have our 3 teas, and I guess we should start opening them and smelling them, because that's very important. I'm sure that is a universal thing. Why would you buy a tea if you didn't like the smell of it? That is, of course, if you have a sense of smell. I know some people don't have a sense of smell. I have no idea what that must be like. But for me, I smell everything. I'm strange. So we are going to open up Vampire Extract and give it a whiff. Oh, that's a good noise. Oh, that reminds me of a certain cake I had long ago. It's the blood orange smell. It's making me think of it. Actually making me think of more orange chocolate orange. Oh, that's beautiful. I can smell that blood orange so strongly, and I think it's the mix with vanilla, which is making me think of cake, because I always think vanilla teas always remind me of cake. And of course, the cream Earl Grey, that will be what is bringing in that smell as well, because one of my favourite cakes in the whole world, I know I'm talking about cake when I should be talking about tea, my favourite cake in the whole world is Earl Grey chocolate cake. If you've never had it, you have to try it. You have to make it. So that's the smell for me. Next, we're going to open up Mandrake's sample. There we go. Very fresh, very light. It's the sencha I'm getting the most. Can't really smell the goji berries, but they might be right at the bottom. I think that might be why. And the rose, I'm getting the rose now. It smells like a summer garden. I don't know if cork noise is nice or not, but you're getting it. And lastly, we're going to open Unknown, and I can tell as soon as I open this that there's going to be a big waft of lavender. Oh, here we go. A little bit tough to open, I will say. There we are. Oh. That lavender smell. I think it's gone straight up my nose. Oh, it's lovely. And that's such an interesting combination, because you can smell the blueberry, which is so odd in an amazing way. Beautiful. I love that. Wow. I'm so excited to try these teas. So let's brew these up one by one and give them a taste. Even though the tea comes in vials, Cotton-tailed Alchemist actually sends you biodegradable tea bags to use to brew the tea in. Not all tea bags are biodegradable, which I think not many people know. A lot of people put tea bags, just everyday tea bags, on their compost heap and they think it will be fine, but actually a lot of them have plastics in it, a lot of them have things that don't biodegrade, and they're really bad for the environment. So when you're doing your shopping for your tea, make sure you're buying loose leaf if you can, and use a tea strainer or biodegradable tea bags. For the purposes of this video, as well as getting a more concentrated brew, I am brewing each tea in a clear glass cup, quite a large cup, just enough for 1 cup of tea. And this is just because I wanted to show you what the colour is like of each tea, because I don't know if that's something that you're interested in. I thought it would be nice. I want to mention as well, while I do this, that Cotton-tailed Alchemist, the creator of these teas, has made 90% of their packaging recyclable and the rest is reusable. I think it's the vials that are the reusable part of the packaging, as far as I can tell. And honestly, they're such cute things to store herbs in, or other things, whatever you can think of, or just for decoration, really. Every self-respecting alchemist has to have some vials lying about their person, surely. I left this to brew for quite a while. For Earl Greys, I tend to leave them a little bit longer just to make sure you get all the flavours. So probably around 3 to 4 minutes. Now to taste it. So here's vampire extract in my beautiful cup and saucer here. I did spill a little bit on the saucer, unfortunately, but that's my fault. That gorgeous cake smell is still there, that wonderful Earl Grey cake. Oh, I really want Earl Grey cake now. This is going to be bad for me. Oh, wow. The first thing that hits you is the kind of vanilla element, I think. And then immediately you get this tangy back of your throat thing that you get with a lot of Earl Greys. But also, I think that's also the blood orange. Oh, I can't get over the smell of it. It's so... It's cakey. I know that's probably not the technical term, but it's like, it's almost filling as a tea, if you understand my meaning. The combination of the Earl Grey and that blood orange is so clever, because it's that tangy citrus taste which of course you kind of get with the Earl Grey anyway, but the blood orange just gives a kind of extra element to it, a bitterness which is actually really just delicious. I'm a bit of a bitter, I was going to say a bitter person. I don't mean that in terms of personality. Well, at least I hope I'm not bitter. But I love bitter chocolate and things like that, so maybe this is why it's appealing to me. I could just sit and drink this. This is the problem with these tea review videos, is I want to just sit and drink the tea like I normally would, and relax and not worry about anything and not have to film a video. I'd just be sitting here watching YouTube and drinking this cup of tea, but I can't. I have to move on to the next one and I don't want to. I love that. I absolutely love that. Vampire extract. Right, let's move on to the next one. Reluctantly, but I'm also very excited for it. Now it's time to brew up Mandrake sample. You want to leave this as long as you can. Generally, if you like your tea a bit more brewed, you really need to brew it for longer if you want to get the flavours. But you won't see much in the way of colour with these teas, so it's a little hard to tell when it's done. But if you smell it, and you can smell that gorgeous green tea smell, and you can smell the roses, wake up and smell the roses. If you wake up and smell the roses, then it's ready. To smell it, I'm actually, funnily enough, I'm getting the goji berries first, which I wasn't expecting to. Sort of very, very refreshing sencha. I can't quite taste the rose. I'm slightly getting it there. I feel like with teas, especially more subtle teas, when it comes to green teas, sometimes those flavours don't come across straight away when you drink them. It's sounding really pretentious. And I'm not a tea expert at all. This is just my experience from drinking it for many, many, many years. It's almost a bit like when you're wine tasting. Certain flavours that come in first, and then certain flavours that come in last and in the middle, and you taste them all at different times. Does that make sense? Because I can smell, the first mouthful I took was goji berries, but it's only after you've had it in your mouth that you kind of have a hint of rose. It isn't hitting you with rose. I'd say maybe I should have put more rose petals in. That's the one thing I will say about the vials, is make sure you're getting all the elements of the tea in your tea bag, because that's something I probably should have done in hindsight. Whereas I think I got more sencha, which is why I'm tasting that more than the rose petals. But you can't go wrong with a green tea, and this is a really nice one. So definitely will be one I will try again. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, I know, it's time for Unknown. The blue colour is immediately obvious, as you can see, which I have to say I absolutely adore about the blue pea flower teas. I have had a few in my time. I just love the otherworldly look they take on as you brew them. It's just so strange to have this very deep, beautiful blue come through when you're brewing something to drink. It just seems so alien. So I leave that for a few minutes to brew to make sure I get all that beautiful colour coming through. And then it's time for the stabilization part of this alchemy lesson with our lemon juice. The instructions actually are something you should do. It's not just for show. You really should stabilize with lemon. And what they mean by that is blue pea flower teas have a special trick up their sleeve. What we're going to do is add the lemon juice. And as you can see, it rapidly changes to a gorgeous magenta colour from that beautiful deep blue. And what we're doing here is literally changing the pH levels of the tea from a less alkaline substance to a more acidic one, which in turn transforms it into this beautiful magenta. But honestly, try it for yourself. It's amazing. And now we have Unknown. And I'm sure I don't need to tell you that whole transformation when you put the lemon juice in and it goes from blue to that gorgeous purpley pink. It never gets old, does it? It never gets old. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. It's something that I've seen in other teas before. So I feel like if you've never seen that before, it's such a surprise. And I always love that about blue pea flower teas. I just love it. It's great. And I love that it fits so well with the whole alchemist vibe as well. That's something that makes me very happy. So this whole brand with the alchemy and tea, I mean, it's meant for each other really, isn't it? So here we are, a taste. And unfortunately, because of my lighting, you can't quite see the colour properly, but I cannot tell you how stunning it looks, especially with that moon in the bottom of my cup. You can just see the purple. I'm just very, very happy. It's very, very aesthetically pleasing. That is very hard to describe. Again, like I was saying before, the first thing that hits you is kind of the lemon juice. It's the lemon with this waft of lavender. You get the smell of lavender more than you taste it initially, and then it sits on your tongue. And it's obviously the lemon juice, having the lemon juice in it, it gives an element to it which you ordinarily wouldn't have if you didn't do that. And obviously, if you don't like lemon juice, or if you're allergic to lemons, or whatever, obviously don't do that. But it really adds an element to it. It like hits you, and I like that. I like a little bit of a kick to your tea. A non-alcoholic kick. Just put some lemon juice in it. I don't put alcohol in my tea, by the way. Please don't think that. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. If this could be my job, sitting down, reviewing teas and telling you what I think of them, I would be one happy little man. I really would. So I feel very, very content in this moment. Lemon and lavender. I know that's a combination that some people have used in other things. I think it's something you use in cakes and in biscuits and such. I think. I don't know, but I can see why people use it. I wasn't expecting to like it this much because lavender is one of those things for me that I associate very much with just having, like, smelling it, not consuming it. So I'm pleasantly surprised that actually I want to consume it. I feel like this would be wonderful as an iced tea as well. I really want to try all of these as cold brews, but this as a cold brew particularly, I think would be gorgeous. I really think it would be. Also, is nails on a teacup a nice thing? Me saying it's not meant to be an ASMR video. Of course it was. That's probably enough nail tapping for one evening. Well, what can I say? But thank you, Cotton-tailed Alchemist. Thank you for reaching out to me, and thank you for trusting me as the first person to review your tea for the general public. I feel very honoured. I feel very blessed. All these teas are going to become cupboard favourites of mine, I think, so you already have a customer. If you want to try these teas as well for yourself, their Etsy shop should be live now at the time I'm posting this video. It's not while I'm recording, but I will post it when their Etsy shop is available for you to buy from. Teas make wonderful gifts. It's one of those things you can just get because everyone loves tea. Who doesn't love tea? Do you like tea? You're watching this video, of course you love tea. Do you know anyone that doesn't though? Because I don't think I've ever met anyone that didn't like tea. But I do live in Britain. So that might be why. We're unreasonably obsessed with tea. The trouble this little dry leaf has put the world through. It's just baffling. I have enjoyed this thoroughly. And I cannot wait to do more tea review videos in future. If you're a tea company watching this and you want to sponsor me to review your teas, then please email me on my business email. But if you're simply just someone that happened to stumble across me and happened to enjoy this video and watch this far, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. That would mean so much to me. And if you really are a glutton for punishment, you could always support me on my Ko-fi as well to keep my videos going. But anyway, for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.